Hi guys, welcome back to another Overthrow Disc Golf video. With OTB just finishing and with Portland on the way, we have seen and we probably will see a whole lot more of backhand rollers. So I thought, perfect time, let's figure out how to lay some down ourselves. Let's get started. So there are basically two types of rollers. You've got the air shot turned into a roller, and then you've got the lay it down quick roller. So the one that we're seeing most of right now is the air shot turned roller. This allows you to push a lot of distance right away because you get that air carry for the first 2, maybe 300 feet, depending on the ceiling. And then you get the roller afterwards. Obviously, if a disc is rolling on the ground, it's running into grass and stuff, which is slowing it down faster than air. So being able to air it out a little bit beforehand gets a little more distance off the tee. Now we're going to this shot whenever we want as a righty, this kind of finish off to the right-hand side. If you're a lefty, obviously it's the opposite. So a forehand type shape, but we don't want to have to use so much power in these low ceiling situations. Now, probably the most common scenario for this is when we want a right finishing shot, but we also have some low ceiling to contend with. We saw this a lot at OTB. So we've got nice grass to work with, but putting the disc on the ground obviously allows us not to have to worry about throwing a disc 500 feet, 4 feet off the ground, right? Let's just put this thing on the ground and then all you have to do is control the power. And if we use something really flippy, in most cases for these air shots gone roller, then the consistency of the shot shape comes from the understability of the disc, the opposite of what we normally do with air shots. But with something understable, we know it wants to tug right. So I've got a sale. We've only got like 12 of these on the shop, by the way. So grab yours if you're gonna grab it. It was a really flippy kind of fairway driver. Since it's flippy, I could actually release it on hyzer. I don't have to use too much body English. I'm just gonna give it some height and a minimal amount of hyzer. This allows me to use this kind of powerful body position throwing up instead of body English like I'm gonna show you on some of the other rollers. Yeah, so I don't have to change too much. I can still throw up on the shot. Thank you. Life to it. And now the second type is where we try to put a roller down quickly. We don't have the airspace, so this one's gonna take a little bit of body English. Let me take you through a few things that can be helpful for this. So first, we're not going to throw all of these if we're trying to get them down quickly, especially if it's an overstable disc. We're not gonna be bent over. As we throw these, we might use a little body English, come back on it a little bit. The other way that we might need to use a little body English is instead of when we drive and this hip gets pushed up, the more quickly you want to get this down, you almost want to drop your front hip and have your back hip come over it so that you can get it down. Third thing is we can cheat a little bit here with the hand angle and have the disc more vertical like this instead of having the disc more flat and trying to get super over. I can get to the same position if I just let the disc dangle down like this and then roll up this way. All right, so I'm set up here, a little briefcasey action, and I'm gonna lean back to get this down quick. So it doesn't need a lot of air time. Boom. Now, I think the biggest struggle that I see with people that can't put down a roller is they have no extension here. They just end up dropping everything and they just keep the arm straight and they throw essentially down. The thing that makes the roller tough to actually put down with any kind of speed is that if we drop this front hip and go into it, you have to have really good extension here and really good acceleration here. Your hand is going forward, but your body's almost going down. So that's what can make it a little tough. Also makes it not the most arm friendly thing. So don't throw 100 of these things. Now, stabilities for your roller. Real quick, the stability of the disc that you're using will determine its shot shape. So if you use something really overstable, I'm gonna use this angle. If I release all of these discs on roughly this angle, An overstable disc is gonna cut left the whole time. It's gonna resist popping up and over. A stable disc will stay straight for a while and then it might pop over at the end. And an understable disc will try to pop over way more quickly and will try to finish more right. All right, let's see if we can find some places to use these on the course.
I think we will be able to.
I think we will be able to. All righty, here's use case number 1. We're just going in order on one of our local courses here. This is about 350 feet to the hole and it's gonna trail off to the right. We've got these trees here. So you can either try to push a forehand straight for 350 feet and then have it dump, or you can try a backhand sky shot, but these trees on the right-hand side can be an issue. So this is where you might consider a roller, so that you just have to pass the tree trunks on the bottom and just have to finish right. So let's give it a go. That's gonna work. Yeah, that's good. All right, we're on hole 15, which is a par 4. It goes all the way back into that wood line past the red basket there. So the reason I think the roller is a viable option here is because it allows me to miss this early tree by aiming at basically this little tree on the left here. And since I'm aiming at it with an anhyzer out of my hand, it's going to be moving away from that danger. So the anhyzer is going to keep me away from the left side. And then if I can get a roller down, I avoid these right trees. If I use something flippy, it'll get to this right landing zone. If it doesn't pop up and over, there's a chance that I actually get into the mouth. And I'm using a flippy disc so that hopefully I don't end up staying cut the whole time in left of the mouth, which is an option, and you'll just be way up there. And if you need a pitch through for your second shot, that's not a big deal. And you don't have to hit a backhand flip up line so perfectly when you bring the roller into play. All right, let's see what happens. It's gonna be all right. There's the tree trunk. I'm to the right. Now that you've been armed with the knowledge of the rollers, beware not to overuse them. Very tempting, I know. I have been an abuser of rollers in my past, maybe still a little to this day, if we're being honest. But play with them, they're fun, of course. Try to use them wisely. Enjoy.